got all my stuff.
That's okay, take all the room you want. I just want to stay out of the camera range. I think I'm far enough out. We get over here and be out of camera.
They already told us we had to turn our.
Events.
They already told us we have to turn our microphones back on. Or you have to speak into your microphone because people
No, I just speak well.
testing.
If I start speaking low, I lose my voice. I need to either talk real loud, not at all.
I'm pretty loud to begin with.
I got enough stuff here.
Gosh.
Sorry. If everyone would rise for the opening prayer, please.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we come to you tonight asking your blessing to be with us as we share in the city council meeting. Pray your blessing upon all who are here tonight, and a special prayer for our mayor and city council members and their discussions and decisions. Pray that you'll bless our community in which we live and work. We thank you for Jeffersontown and for this Commonwealth and for this nation, and we do pray for peace in our time, and ask that your spirit will be felt in all that we say and do this night. For it is in and through your holy name we humbly pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Anybody else want to speak before the city council? If you do, please make sure you go to the podium and sign up. If I can direct the attention to all the city council members, please speak into your mic. We've had some complaints that people can't hear you all from home, so make sure you speak into your mics. First person I have is Emma Drake. If you'll come up, speak into the microphone, please. Hello.
Hold on, I have
How are you?
good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Wonderful. My name is Emmy Drake, and I'm a 7th grade student athlete at Carruthers. I'm here to talk about my experience to back up my coach here, also from Carruthers.
Make sure your mic is on.
Yes.
Is it on?
Pull it down a little bit.
Pull it down.
Pull it down a little bit. There you go.
Blowing it. No,
Okay. Okay, my name is Emmy Drake, and I'm a 7th grade student athlete at Carruthers. I'm here to back up my coach in our request for a donation. So I would like to talk about my experience on the Carruthers volleyball team. My experience with volleyball is something that has helped me develop as a person. I've never voluntarily participated in a sport until volleyball because I've always been so involved with my grades, podcasting, and the band that I've never thought about doing a sport. I started to research volleyball and remember thinking about how fun it looks. I made many friends through volleyball, and it made me feel so accepted and welcome in my school environment. So we are here to ask for a donation.
Here to ask for what?
A donation.
Donation. Did they fill out a form? No. Okay. We have a procedure, and the procedure is that you fill out a request form, and then we give money twice a year, isn't it, Bill?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
When do you need your money?
That will be a question for my coach.
Okay. Is your teacher here? Or the coach? Could you come up, please?
I signed up to speak. So this is going to be kind of like ongoing for the end of May. We have a clinic that we're going to do, and then for funding for next year to kind of build some programs.
Okay. So you're the next one on my list. Are you Alex?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you need money for what reason?
So we're currently working on building some of our programs. This is my first year as athletic director. And we had incredible growth with our programs. We have 27% of our students engaged in athletics, which is 10% up from last year, which is incredible for a first time coming up for a program. So we're working on creating a volleyball clinic to get some of our incoming sixth graders involved before they even get to Carruthers. So we're going to host that on May 13th. And then we're looking at purchasing new uniforms for the cheer team so we can get more kids involved. So last year we had about 6 kids involved because that's all the uniforms we had. And then we're also currently building a safety system for the cafeteria for our archery team. Because currently that's where we practice. So when they're shooting arrows down the cafeteria after school, we have to make sure we have safety nets up. And currently we do not have those to be able to provide the safety.
Oh,
we
you don't have safety nets?
No.
No, okay.
So, yeah, it's kind of a big issue for some of our kiddos who are walking through the school after hours to make sure that they are safe and taken care of. So.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for volunteering to work with the kids. It's very important if the kids are involved in sports, shows that they're less likely to be involved in other things.
Absolutely.
So I don't mind. It's the devil's workshop, as we all know. I would love to give you money, and I don't think I can give him money at this point in time, can I?
I think you said, when did you say you needed it?
So we need money for next year, but we do have an event coming up May 13th, if it's possible to get funding, just to be able to get some of our incoming 6th graders some more stuff. So when they get there, they have like a shirt that says Carruthers Volleyball on it. But you know,
Another thing that we've had in the past is a JCPS school. Do you have a athletic department that is set up as a 501(c), or
So,
how would we
not
get you
yet.
the funding?
that's something we're currently working on. With this being my first year kind of taking over, we're kind of revamping the system to see what we can do. But that's in the works for next year.
I know that Carruthers has had some issues, so I'm glad to see that you're there, and I'm glad to see volleyball is a really fun game, and I'm glad to see that you're doing that. Why don't you, who has the funding request forms? Does anybody have that?
I think Missy.
Missy?
Yeah.
Could you come up here tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Okay, and ask to see Missy, and she will give you a funding request form, and then it'll come back to us. But in the meantime, I would recommend that you call probably Kevin Kramer or Stuart Benson. They are also your representatives of the county, okay? And Missy will give you their numbers tomorrow, because all I have is their cell phone numbers, and I guess I can give those out. So anyway, you if you'll come up here tomorrow, somebody will take care of you, and you fill out the funding request, and then next time, and if there's any money left over in there, we'll try to find a little money for you to help you, you know?
Thank
Do you
you
work
so much.
there?
Yes, ma'am. So I also teach special ed.
You do what?
I teach special education.
Do you really?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm proud of you. Thank you. And thank you for coming up here.
Thank
We'll
you
find
so
you some money.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Thank you. Anybody else speak before the council? Nope. Okay. Reading the minutes, March 7, 2023.
Make a motion that we read the minutes, March 7th.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Motion carried. Okay. Next I have general fund warrant number 1581.
I make a motion that we approve general fund warrant number 1581.
Can y'all hear her?
Repeated?
No.
No?
Get it.
Hold on.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Was I the one that got the complaint?
I don't know who got it, but somebody did.
No, everybody got it except Carol.
Oh,
Mayor.
okay.
They could hear you.
Okay. I guess I speak too loud.
No.
Imagine that.
Second.
Okay. I have a first. Do I have a second? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Road warrant, fund warrant number 968.
I make a motion, we approve road fund warrant 968 as distributed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. First reading of resolution number 732, series 2023. A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a 2-year contract with 2 one-year extensions with UniFirst Corporation to provide delivery of janitorial supplies to the city of Jeffersontown. And this is your rugs and all the things that are in Jeffersontown and City Hall and in other work buildings. Do I hear a motion?
You for 732, series 2023.
By title.
By title only.
A title
Second.
only. Do I hear a second?
Pam,
Second.
Pam's got it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a 2-year contract with 2 one-year extensions with UniFirst Corporation to provide delivery of janitorial supplies to the city of Jeffersontown. By way of summary, this is the company that has been delivering janitorial supplies in the past, and this is, while it's not a renewal or an extension, it is a contract under the same terms and conditions. This being a resolution, Madam Mayor, you may entertain a motion for passage.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next, we have resolution number 733, series 2023, a resolution relating to the approval of a revised detailed district development plan as transmitted from the Louisville Metro Planning Commission for the following development: Farm Credit Mid-America.
If we could have a motion to have a reading, and then you could have Mr. Rusi.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
A resolution relating to the approval of a revised detailed district development plan as transmitted from the Louisville Metro Planning Commission for the following development: Farm Credit Mid-America. And before you entertain a motion for passage, Madam Mayor, I would point out Mr. Rusi is here that can answer any questions regarding this particular.
Okay, this is a request for a revised detailed district development plan. It's at 12501 Lakefront Place. This property is actually partly in Jeffersontown and partly in Louisville Metro. There's an existing 177,000 square foot 3-story building on the property. They're proposing a 154,500 square foot addition. This aerial shows the property. The kind of orange line there crossing the property is the city boundary line. Anything to the left of that is in Jeffersontown. To the right is Louisville Metro. You can see with the photo there, that's the existing building on the property, and the proposed building, or well, that's the existing approved development plan from 2004. The red line there being the city boundary line. And this is their proposed development plan. It relocates the building on the property. This did go to JBOA, Jeffersontown Board of Adjustments, for a height variance. The maximum height allowance in this form district is 50 feet. So they were approved for 59 feet. The existing building was already 62 feet, so this building is just a little bit shorter than the proposed addition. They went to the Board of Zoning Adjustment for the Louisville Metro portion yesterday, and that was approved by the Board of Zoning Adjustment, and that was for the 9-foot height variance. This is the building elevation as seen from Lakefront Place, which is
Nice.
The elevation seen from the city of Jeffersontown, basically. So,
Anybody have questions?
Steve, I have a clarification. So if I'm looking at this screen correctly, the office building is primarily going to be in Louisville,
that's correct.
and then the parking lot basically is in J-Town?
J-Town.
That's correct.
So who gets the taxes?
We get property taxes for the portion that's in Jeffersontown.
Right.
I think occupational goes to Metro.
I know.
We
I was
might get
just
the
joking.
receptionist though. Where does she sit?
Yeah, where does she sit in the building?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good point.
I mean, it would be great if they would love to come to Jeffersontown. The line's right through their building. Get a world-class police department, top tier public works, great parks and rec department. A lot of great things in Jeffersontown.
That's it.
Make a motion, we approve.
A
Second.
second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. First reading of resolution number 734, series 2023. A resolution approving the provision of incentives to Baker Bonehart LLC pursuant to ordinance number 1302, series 2014, Jeffersontown Occupational Business Savings Program. This is what we had in our packet last week. Am I right on that, Matt? I'm on 9. Oh, is that you? Aren't you going to talk? I'm calling you to stand. Any other time you want to talk all the time. Now I'm kind of getting up here and you won't come up here.
Mayor and council, this is the second jobs program that's come before you. This one is Baker Bonert, bringing 19 new employees to Jeffersontown. Average pay is $50,000, $1 million in new wages, and they were awarded half of their percent back in occupational, which would be $4,575.50. So that's all I have for that. And I will conclude by saying that's 2 companies, 61 employees, right at $4 million for the first quarter.
That's great.
So, and the reason I said that way is because by ordinance, section 2 of ordinance number 1374, series 2014 requires economic development to present a quarterly report to the city council. And so you just heard the first one ever
that we've
It's
ever
great to
done.
have.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Mayor,
you.
City Council.
Thank you.
Make a motion for approval of resolution number 734, series.
We have to have a meeting.
What?
You have to
We
make
need
a
a
motion
first
for the
reading.
reading, right?
First, yeah, motion for a first reading.
Make a motion for first reading of resolution number 734, series 2023 by title only.
Second.
Mayor, before we're going further, where's this located at?
Brian,
You could have talked without coming all the way up.
Baker Bonert, I've been to so many businesses the last 3 weeks. I'm drawing a blank.
Okay.
Drawing a blank right now.
That's all right.
Yeah, we'll look it up.
I can't answer all of a sudden.
well, I can't help you because I've just seen so many come across my desk. I don't know. Do you want to go back in your office? That would help you, and you could come back later and tell us if you have it back there.
Find out right now.
Okay,
Thank
go
you.
ahead. We're going to move on.
Mayor, I just came to me.
Yeah.
Bertha Bunsen.
Bertha Bunsen.
You say
Thank you.
north of Watershed
Thank you,
Trail?
Matt.
Who said it?
Okay. Number 10.
Okay.
First reading of resolution number 735, series 2023. A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a letter agreement.
Fred,
And this is what was in your packet last time.
Mayor, did we do a
We did
approval?
not have the reading.
I don't think so.
We had the reading, but we didn't have the approval, correct?
On number 9.
On number 9. Sorry.
So I make a motion for approval of resolution
Second.
number 734, series 2023 by title.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Sorry.
Shoo.
I know. There's a lot of
Okay.
steps.
Next.
Get to read that? It's a new stuff.
Want me to read it again? First reading resolution number 735, series 2023. A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute letter agreement. Tell them what this is, Matt.
Yes. If you recall from the last council meeting, I gave a brief presentation. This is a small project that would help us to position the amphitheater and the Veterans Park to promote it, create some marketing and sponsorship material that we could then use to be able to go out and look at raising funds for some sponsorship levels of the park. If you look at the contract, it's broken up into 2 phases. The first one is roughly $7,500. That's to produce the marketing material that we talked about at the last meeting. The other one is to move into the schematic design phase for the rest of the park, which is the Grand Lawn and the Water Walk. Is one of the future phases where we can be able to go ahead and make that decision on what that's going to look like and that final thing in order we can incorporate that into this park marketing brochure. We're going to use to raise some funding that's going to be used either to offset some of the capital expenditures on this project or whether it could be used to help maybe endow funds to maintain the park and or provide future programming for the amphitheater itself. The sample I gave you was one that this consulting firm done in Washington, Indiana recently. And they've been very successful with this material to be able to raise over $600,000 in that small little community for a small little 1 block area in their downtown where they did a small little amphitheater. So it seems like it has some merit. We've all talked that there might be some great funding opportunities to get some buy-in from the business community for this project. And this is one tool that we can use to be able to sell that to the business community in order to get them to invest in the city of Jeffersontown.
Matt, once this marketing material is created, who takes that and runs with it?
That's going to be what we're going to do in-house through the community development department, the mayor's office, economic development. As we meet with these people, we're going to go out and work this plan. It makes sense that, we're the ones that can tell our story the best. And so it makes sense that it's done more internally. And so that part we have finished working out as far as how we want to present it to the community. But this gives us the tools that we can use and be able to demonstrate the need.
Anybody got any questions?
So we are voting on whether to fund this thing for $7,500.
So 75 plus 45, so it's what, 12,200, I believe it is. 12,000 even, sorry. Yes. And what that does, you authorize the mayor to execute this contract where we can work with this company in order to develop this material that will help get us to create some opportunities to promote this park and look for additional funding.
We are trying everything that we know to do to try to solicit businesses here and to build our budget. As you know, we are short, and so we're doing everything and anything to try to get this. And we're on I think we're on a good roll. A lot of people seem to be interested. We've got a couple new places that we could build a restaurant even here. So this was just one of the tools that Matt came up with. We're also going to go back to marketing downtown J-Town with the Main Street program. So there's a lot of things in the works, and between Matt and Brian, we and myself, we've been soliciting a lot of business trying to get them here because we need them, guys. That's the plain truth.
No, I appreciate it. I don't want to repeat myself from last time. So I appreciate the suggestion, coming with alternatives of trying to figure out a way to involve the community and getting community buy-in to the projects and services and stuff we're doing around here. I just want to make sure it stays as City of Jeffersontown Amphitheater, classy, not banners, not somebody paid $1 million to name for the naming rights. We still want to keep it as the City of Jeffersontown, and we talked about that. So I don't want to beat a dead horse. So I make a motion for. Do I do the reading or the approval first?
Reading.
I make a motion for approval of resolution.
We have to
I make
First
a
reading.
motion for the first reading of resolution number
735.
735, series 2023 by title only.
Second.
On favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute letter agreement. By way of summary, I'll adopt Mr. Meunier's explanation. This, again, being a resolution, Madam Mayor, you may entertain a motion for passage.
So moved.
Second.
On favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. With that being said, next we have funding request. So before you have funding requests from the people from last time. And it's up to you guys how much you want to give them and where we're going to start at. So do I hear anything?
I've got, last time, number one, Barron Heights, I'm sorry. I hadn't seen where Ed ever got anything before, had they? No. They've asked for 3,000. I'm prone to give them 1,000, not 3,000.
I can go one.
Where is Barron Heights?
Last one.
It's
That's
in
on the
Waterson
list.
Court also.
Where is
so-
it in Louisville?
It's over on Waterson Court.
Industrial Park Law Office area.
I wish they would have come to present since this was their first time
I would too.
asking for funding. And Ron, I hear you. Something's better than nothing, but I just think it would be nice if it's their first time they actually present and be able to answer our questions. So I'd prefer if we table them, maybe have them come to a future meeting to answer our questions and stuff.
I like that even better.
Is that okay?
I prefer we table them too. I was looking at the disability of the family and the children of the family, and that's the reason I said 1,000.
Well, do I hear a second?
Well,
No,
well, wait a minute. No,
no. No second, Ron.
this one, the retreat. No, I
Okay.
think he's just throwing out suggestions, right?
I think we're just
not
throwing out.
necessarily
Yeah.
voting on it just yet.
Yeah, we
y'all
usually
saying?
wait. We usually wait to the whole thing, and then
Just
we have
kinda go
discussion on
through.
each one, and then
Yeah.
they wait to vote on all of it at one time. It seems like.
If
That's
you
what
want
we
to throw,
did in the past, but we can do it whatever way you want to.
Well, we could start with Jefferson Town Area Ministries.
No, that's already
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
that
already.
has, what's the blue representing here?
what we've already paid.
Oh,
Right, we've only got 3 tonight.
and so the green.
And the green is what's
What's-
proposed.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
So we have,
I went back and revamped this
Christian
sheet so you
Retreat.
could see all, they were down at the bottom and you couldn't tell if we gave money before. Now
Mhm.
they're in the categories across where they gave money. So the green tonight on this chart is the ones we're talking about.
there you go. Thank you.
What's the total in green, the 94.7 at the very bottom?
Total is
That's for that whole
Would be
column.
giving us-
That's for the whole column.
12.7. We
Okay.
have 23 left.
Okay.
So the
We have
greens,
23 for tonight.
yes, and there's 12.7.
People aren't
you can
asking for
ask
23.
No, they're asking for 12.7.
Right,
So we have 23 left,
right.
correct?
So the first one that I have, let's go by what I have, okay? So the
Okay.
first one I have is St. Edward's Parish, Troop 175,
Yes.
okay? They're asking for $5,000.
I think it's a well spent. Scouts do a good job.
What did we give the last time for that?
2,000 and
2,000.
5,000 the year before.
5,000 back in 2018 and 19.
Yeah.
I could agree with that.
Okay.
Do I hear,
I think we're gonna leave that one.
We can just put numbers in there and make a decision at the end. I think
Do what?
5,000 works.
you want 5,000?
Yeah, we can put it in there.
What we did.
Yeah.
5,000? Okay.
Next is Eastern. Is that where you are now? Mayor?
Yeah,
Eastern asking for 2,500 for their,
yes. And I think that's
Senior
just none of my
graduation
business,
program.
but I don't get to vote on it. But I think it's well worth it to keep the seniors off the streets at nighttime on their prom night.
in the past, we've given 1,000 though.
Mm-hmm.
Seems a little pricey to me for
I
a party.
think this year they're doing it in-house. They're doing it in the school.
They always
They
have.
always
Yeah,
do.
they usually do.
I
They've
thought
always done
last year
that.
they did project graduation over.
At Malibu Jacks last year.
Oh, they did, didn't
But they
You're
stay
right.
in all night.
No, but I'm saying they're doing it at the school this year
Oh.
instead of somewhere else.
They've done it before at the school, in the gym.
Yes.
They have before.
Uh-huh.
I recommend 1,000.
Yeah, I'd be okay with 1,000.
Yeah, we've given them 500, 500, 1,000, 1,000.
Anything like with the money.
2,500.
You're asking for 2,500.
Yeah, Allison's down here.
Okay, with 4.
Gifts,
So-
prizes, food.
Okay, but they.
Are
don't
we okay
present
with
like they
2,500 or what are we
We put
doing?
1,000
We
in.
put 1,000.
1,000.
We can go back. We'll
That's
see
not
what
gonna
we
go
got
far.
left.
That's one of the biggest schools in the senior classes.
Which way?
Well, but they're only requesting 2,500 of their 30,000.
Right, okay.
Next is the Plainview Swim and Dive Team. They are, the total required is 2,200 and the amount requested is 2,200.
They've asked for new swim caps, which
750.
pool noodles. These are relatively small amounts.
They are small amounts compared to what we're used to giving.
I know.
Right.
I have a hard time giving them 2,500 for the caps and noodles. I would recommend we give them 1,000.
Debbie, you have anything to say about that? Yes, please.
1, 2, 3, 4. They have five items.
Councilman Powell, I did let them know that I thought the caps and the spiritware items probably would not get approved. I told them that we don't pay for baseball hats and the caps, and they said that the caps were a part of their equipment, and that's what they were going to leave it on there for the council to make that decision. But I did tell them that more than likely the council would not. We've always paid in the past. You guys have always given them money for equipment like new tents, new scoreboards, different things like that. But I did let them know that.
Lane dividers.
Yeah, Debbie, I'm thinking things that last past one person
Exactly.
using it.
And with the caps, I mean, that's a personal choice, and not everybody wears the Plainview caps. I mean, there's some of them wear their high school caps, different things like that. But they said they were going to keep it on that request. And we did give them the noodles. We have some noodles in the basement left over from summer camp. So that's.
I want to say
yeah.
noodles are only $1 a piece.
Yeah.
at the
So
dollar store.
we've got I think 32 noodles down in the basement for them. So that they
So
can
that's-
take that off of there. So.
It's 1350 that Director Hendricks already told him we may not go for, and that would get it down to the 1,000 that you're talking about, Mr.
Yeah, it
Powell.
looks like the backstroke flags are 600, and then some software is 150.
Yeah,
So
and the
750.
flags are in really bad shape. They've not been replaced in probably 4 or 5 years. So I could see why they need that and the software. So yes, sir. Thank you for considering it.
Mm-hmm. So 1,000 guys. Is that what y'all doing on this one?
1,200.
Okay. Well, next one again is Barron Heights, and that's the end of my request.
Should on the one for the Plainview Swim and Dive, should we make sure that that's earmarked for the backstroke flags and the software? And then
Is that not up to us to tell them? I mean, they can give whatever they want.
I don't think we're gonna ask for receipts. Do we ask for receipts, Bill?
No, but we do ask them to spend it on what they ask for.
In good
So
faith.
we can, in the letter, they have to send proof that they spent it on, and I can put in the letter to them that they can only be spent on the software and the backstroke flags.
Yeah. And then the amount extra could go into their general fund for anything else. I just want to make sure that those 2 items that we kind of figured out
Yeah.
to fund.
Yeah, we do that, and it's really an honor system, because usually when the people ask for it, it's not specific to little pieces in the thing. So, but I can make it specific in the letter to them.
Okay. Well, right now I've only got $7,000.
Make a motion we approve as the,
So the Barron Heights, you're all not going to do anything?
well,
We're asking them to come to the next meeting and
Okay.
talk to us.
Okay. We'll ask him to come next meeting. Okay. So do I hear approval for the $7,000 to go to the funding request?
So moved.
Mm-hmm.
Second?
Yeah, second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. And the last thing I think y'all have in your packets is just your statement of accounts, so how much money we have in each bank and the general fund. Other than that, I have no report. Does anybody else have anything out there? Brian, Matt, Corey, Brendan, Chief? You can. It's not on here, but you can.
I'll
You
be
go
happy
ahead.
to bring it up.
It's committee.
Mayor, Council, there's 2 facade grants have been awarded this quarter. Above the dirt, I'll go ahead and I got the addresses for you, Ronnie. 10,104 Taylorsville Road. They are doing a $21,433 in facade work. They are approved up to $5,000 once they send those receipts back into Mr. Fox, our city clerk. So it will be somewhere up to 5,000, not to exceed that. Parlor Pizza, which is now located 3910 Ruck Regal Parkway. They are doing $24,700 worth of work to their facade. They have been awarded up to the 5,000 as well once their receipts come into Mr. Fox. So that's $10,000 out of the 50,000 that's allotted in the budget. And I see nothing else coming down the pike right now that will be here before the end of this fiscal year, Mayor. So
Thank you
Mayor,
for that
Council.
report. Parlor Pizza is having a soft opening when, Brian? Week after next?
April 10th right now. If this stays, you'll know next week, Mayor.
Okay,
But they have moved back extensive renovation.
okay. Anybody else? Jimmy? Chief? Nobody? Okay, then Ronnie?
You didn't do committee reports, Mayor.
Oh, I'm done forgetting the committees. Here, I thought it was at the end.
I like your
Glad y'all
thought.
keep me straight. Vince
Public
is
Works
first.
has no report.
Vince is
Neither
first.
does administration or whatever it is.
You're on planning and zoning.
Planning and zoning.
That's what I get for losing the paper.
Whatever.
Next,
Can't get over that.
Pam?
Yes. The only thing I have is Parks and Rec. Due to Mother Nature, we may be changing the Easter Fest for Saturday. We'll know tomorrow, make the decision tomorrow.
Okay.
That's all I have.
If it rains a lot, we cannot have the Easter Fest out there in the mud. It's going to be a mess. So previously we have moved it inside to Bluebird Gym, and that's where we may move it. So for anybody that's listening, if you'll watch social media, you'll find out where we're going to go on Saturday, or if it's going to be at the place. We don't know what the weather's going to be, but that's what's going on with that. Okay. Thank you, Pam. Pam. Another Pam.
The safety committee, we did not have it. I canceled it after talking to Carol. We decided a meeting was not necessary. So, I think if another disaster happens, you can notify me on what help is needed.
Right.
And then I can get word out to see if anybody's available.
At this point in time, I've made arrangements. I think it's week after next that I will be meeting with the Red Cross. At that point in time, I'll know when it is necessary to call a disaster along with our team that's working on it. But we are meeting with the Red Cross. So that's why I said that, to cancel it. Okay. Thank you, Pam.
Okay,
Anything
that's all I
else?
have. No.
No. Mark?
So from finance report, the finance committee will be meeting on Monday, April 10th at 4 p.m. To go over revenue for the budget. And then I have two non-finance things. The first is I wanted to thank the council members who reached out to Kentucky legislators about the annexation information. So there was a carve out for Metro Louisville, and we weren't impacted by it. So that's great. So thank you guys for the lobbying efforts. And then the other thing is I had a resident reach out to me about a potential traffic situation with the post office and folks trying to come out on Ruck Regal. And they sent me the idea, and I wanted to just pass it along. I'm not sure, it's probably a long shot because it's dealing with the post office. So we have our difficulty with J-Town Post Office. So I just wanted to pass this out to you guys to the council.
If people can't see when you pull out the post office, you talk about they're pulling out and trying to turn left on Billtown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they can't see that, then we need to give them a ticket.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Mayor, is I'm not sure, if it's a high traffic area, if we're getting lots of runs because people are trying to turn left out of the post office to Billtown Road, and it gets backed up. And so their suggestion was in the piece of grass that's kind of between the two entrances of the post office, to work with the post office to potentially put like an access road there, so folks aren't trying to exit the post office at the intersection. They're exiting at the back end of the building instead of the front end.
Well, I hope they put it there faster than they deliver the mail. So,
Yeah, like I said, I think it's a long shot, but I did want to bring it up to everybody as just an idea. And Mayor, I'm not sure how we could even approach the post office or who to go through or any of that kind of stuff. So
Matt, any suggestions? You know, I tell you, while we're talking about people making a left turn, if you go to Walmart and you're coming out on Ruckregal and it says no left turn, evidently people don't read that. So the next time the police see somebody do that, I wish you'd pull them over because I honk at them. But whatever, doesn't matter. Okay. Anything else, Mark?
No, nothing else to report. Thank you.
Mhm. Allison,
No reports from
Thank you.
legislative.
Tim,
I think we just had our first 1/4 report from Director Abrams there. Thank you for the economic development update. You know, I always like to give praise. J-Town Police, great grab the other day on the news. That was a good catch you guys got. Thank you all for taking that off the street for us. And another thing that kind of helps with keeping people around, investing in your community, investing in your team. Public Works did that the other day. I saw that they, I like to hear about how you all raised money for the Bill Young Foundation. That was that's what gets you your loyalty, the people that go above and beyond to do the work. Sydney seemed pretty excited about it. Can you tell what y'all did for that fundraising for Public Works for that?
bless their hearts, they did a good job on that.
Caring about the people you work with.
Did you get electrocuted?
Mayor, City Council, this didn't start with the Bill Young. 2011, when I came to J-Town, I'm a guy that don't really like government or entitlement, and it kind of goes hand in hand. And I felt back then that what can we do to get back to the city of J-Town residents, no matter what a special type of need. And so to get my team to buy into this, they have been amazing. And throughout the last 12, 13 years, with the drop of a hat, when we see an issue, they just open their wallets. And I couldn't be more proud of the guys for always wanting to stand up. And Sydney being part of our team, I thought, no, we haven't done anything in a year. Why not reach out? And there was no hesitation whatsoever. So just something that we plan on continuing to do for our community. And we've helped children that was in bike crashes, brain injuries. One died on a dirt bike. Some they're very proud of, and I'm very proud of.
Good deal.
And again, I feel like that makes your community look at you in a different light than you're taking my taxes.
Mm.
So
Thank you,
that's what it all
Joe.
comes about.
Yeah, thank you. Thank them.
Yeah. Nothing else. Executive Economic Development has no other report. Thank you.
Trina,
Administrative has no report.
okay. Fred, anything?
The
Ronnie?
only thing I've got is I'd like to give my appreciation to the police department and to Public Works. Jimmy did an excellent job getting the trees all down. Really did.
I might add something to that. They did a great job when we had our little disaster, the police and the Public Works. I went to a JCLC meeting and found out some information. And the information I found out is that Louisville, the county's got money to give to us to help us with all our overtime or whatever that we need with the trees being taken down. So we are planning on meeting with them and giving a request for so much money to come back to us for the disaster. I don't know, when are we meeting with them? Do you know, Matt? Well, I was glad to hear. And if I hadn't been in that meeting, I probably wouldn't have known it. And that's another thing. I am meeting with Jody Myman, who is the head of the disaster in Jefferson County. And so I'll probably have a lot more information to give you guys after I do that. But I thought that was a good point. We get money back.
That is good.
Yeah.
Can always use that.
Yeah. Ron, anything else?
No, ma'am.
No.
I would like to say one thing real quick since I'm on safety. I talked to Chief on the way in, and that drug bust they did was amazing. And I just want to apologize to all the officers, all law enforcement, for putting their life out there, getting these criminals in jail, and then the next day they're gone.
Yeah.
And that's horrible. I mean, you risk your life to do these things, and then you find out that
They're out.
They're out and they're gone and they're on the run. And I think that's sad. I hate that, but that's all I wanted to say.
And no other business, Mayor. I make a motion, we adjourn.
So moved. Or second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You adjourned. I'm gonna hold this in my hand next time, so I know what I'm doing when I go down the line.
What?
Yeah, because I forget. And there's so much stuff going on. If you'd see this list of stuff that I have to